Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're diving straight into exactly how to protect your legal rights during some of the absolute most frustrating, highly fact-specific traffic stops you can encounter. We're focusing exclusively on two very specific situations from our source material today, scenarios 15 and 16. These cover the illegal U-turn and following too closely. We're talking about situations where the rules of the road aren't just black and white, but rather heavily dependent on environmental factors and subjective observations. So have you ever been pulled over for a no U-turn sign you literally couldn't even see? Or maybe an officer says you were tailgating, but you felt you were just moving safely with the flow of a packed highway. Let's face it, getting pulled over is universally frustrating. In those moments when your blood pressure spikes, it's completely natural to feel the human instincts to argue your case right there at the driver's side window. You know the feeling, right? You want to point at things, you want to explain, you passionately want to justify your driving skills on the spot. Okay, let's dive into this tension between our instinct to defend our actions immediately and the actual legal strategy that requires saving your factual defenses for the courtroom. Because here is the secret. Arguing subjective facts at the roadside, it's a losing battle. But methodically documenting them for a judge, that is exactly how you win.
Scenario 1. The illegal U-turn. Navigating hidden signs and traffic ordinances.
U-turn laws are kind of all over the place depending on your state, making location-specific knowledge incredibly important. You might get pulled over in a spot marked with a specific no U-turn sign, or maybe at an area where state law prohibits them automatically, like across a solid double yellow line or at an intersection with a really blind curve. Now, your immediate expectation is going to be to litigate the feasibility of that sign right then and there. But the reality is, fighting about local ordinances at the roadside is not going to help you. If you genuinely didn't see a no U-turn sign, our source points out that this is actually a factually relevant defense. But, and this is a massive but, you absolutely have to save it for the courtroom. At the window, cooperative observation is your best strategy for minimizing the citation's consequences.
So what do you actually say? The crucial point is to use this exact, legally neutral phrasing. I apologize, officer. I did not see the no U-turn sign. If that's applicable and true, of course. Alternatively, you could say, I apologize. I thought a U-turn was permitted there. And that's it. Keep your explanation to a maximum of one sentence. Don't over-explain. Do not turn your car into a roadside debate stage about municipal traffic ordinances.
Now, why the silence? What's the chain of thought here? Well, it all comes down to the burden of proof. You have the right to contest the citation in court. And that is where the burden shifts. The prosecution must actually prove the sign was present, that it was visible, and that it was fully compliant with state signage requirements. Our source explicitly notes that technical signposting defenses have absolutely succeeded in traffic court. But you can only use those defenses if you haven't already talked your way into a corner on the side of the highway. Just let the prosecution prove it.
Scenario 2. Following too closely. Deconstructing the tailgating stop.
This brings us to scenario 16 in our source guide, and it's super fascinating because it is completely different from a radar-verified speeding ticket. To really understand tailgating laws, we have to define the reasonable and prudent standard. Most states define an unsafe following distance as following more closely than is reasonable and prudent. Notice the language there. It doesn't say closer than exactly 30 feet. It relies entirely on environmental facts. This is a highly subjective standard that gets contested in traffic court all the time. Because this standard is so fact-specific, you need to instantly step into the role of a documentarian. While you're pulling over safely, mentally know exactly what's happening around you. Look at the weather. What are the actual road conditions? How dense is the traffic, and how is it flowing? What's your approximate speed? These environmental factors literally make up the core legal definition of unsafe following distance. You are gathering the facts right then and there to build a rock-solid case for an attorney later. And again, we hit that exact same tension. You desperately want to tell the officer, hey, traffic was moving fast. I had to stay close just to avoid getting rear-ended. But remember our golden rule. Do not argue subjective standards at the window. Instead, you use this carefully crafted script. You say, I apologize, officer. I wasn't paying sufficient attention to my following distance and will be more careful. By using this exact script, you're doing something very specific legally. You're expressing future compliance, you're being cooperative, and you're keeping it incredibly brief. But crucially, you're doing all of this without admitting that you actually violated the specific reasonable and prudent legal standard required for a conviction. It's completely legally neutral.
The overarching logic. Winning in the courtroom.
So whether it's an invisible U-turn sign or a debate over what following distance is prudent in a rainstorm, the foundation of your defense is built on the exact same logic. These 4 sequential steps are the ultimate chain of thought strategy you should follow to protect your constitutional rights and keep your legal options wide open. Step 1, pull over safely. Step 2, provide a brief, one-sentence, legally neutral response that doesn't surrender your defense. Step 3, act as an observer, mentally documenting those environmental facts, the signs, the weather, the traffic flow. And Step 4, take those documented, subjective facts to an attorney who can successfully argue them in court, where the burden of proof is squarely on the prosecution. Armed with the knowledge of why we say so little at the window and why we fight with facts in the courtroom, how are you going to protect your rights during your next unexpected encounter? Stay calm, document your environment, and let the burden of proof do the heavy lifting for you. Ultimately, the roadside is for compliance and the courtroom is for justice. Are you ready to let the facts speak for themselves the next time you see flashing lights in your rearview mirror?